This is a public service announcement brought to you by Hindsight. Relax, rest your eyes, and listen to the words of Pastor Chuck.
It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. How true this is in the day in which we live as I look at the situation in our nation, and as I see how they have made void the law of God through existentialism, through situation ethics, through the vain philosophies of man. I see how the ACLU has set itself to sort of get anything that would tend to lead people toward a belief or an understanding of God. They've sought to remove it from the public domain. The PAW, People for the American Way. It would be better CAW, Communist at Work. But they are determined. They have a manifesto. And they are determined to root the thought and the idea of God out of the consciousness of America. That's what they consider the American way. Totally free from any thought or consciousness of God or sense of responsibility to God or sense of God at all, so that people can do whatever they want without pangs of conscience, thinking, well, that's not right. They don't want anybody to be troubled with a conscience because God may not be pleased with that. And they have openly avowed their intentions of ridding our nation from the thought and the idea of God. And you are their enemy because you believe in God. And they are going to do their best to destroy your belief in God. And Norman Lear, who is one of the prime members of this PAW group, uses his skills and abilities in TV to create TV programming that ridicules and makes fun of anybody who stands up for righteousness or who has a belief in God. And they just really, through that industry, are using that industry as a tool to try to destroy the belief in God. And it is a deliberate, willful, designed attempt to rid our nation of a consciousness of God. And when you see their power, when you see their organizational structure, when you see the money that they have behind them, you realize that what Jesus said was correct when he said, the children of this generation are wiser than the children of light. I mean, their strategies in taking over the public educational system, their strategy in taking over the media, taking over the newspapers, taking over the TV and all of the media, so that they are then able to pump this godless stuff on our nation. And you have to look at it and say, man, these guys are sharp. These guys are wise. Look at the way they developed this conspiracy. Those men who signed that humanistic manifesto. Look how they've positioned themselves in government. How they've positioned themselves in the media. How they've positioned themselves in the educational system. and have gradually brought in evolution, have put out creationism. You see, the whole idea, get rid of God, get rid of God, get rid of God. And they've been tremendously effective. And so the psalmist said, Lord, it's time for you to work. I mean, we can't do it. It's beyond us. It's time for you, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. They've made it meaningless in our society. Therefore, I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Lord, I value, I treasure your word. I treasure your commandments. These people have made void your law, but I treasure it, Lord. I treasure it more than pure gold. Therefore, I esteem all of thy precepts concerning all things to be right. I judge that what God has said on every issue is right. Now, you know, having studied this book for so many years, I've been in the ministry now for 41 years. And having studied this book for so many years, I'm convinced more than ever that what God has said is right. I haven't found him wrong in one issue yet. I esteem all of your precepts concerning all things to be right. And I hate every false way. I love your word, Lord. I love your commandments. But I hate every false word. God, give me a love for the word. Give me a love for you. And give me a hatred, Lord, for evil, for sin, for unrighteousness.
You have been listening to Pastor Chuck. This public service announcement has been brought to you by Hindsight. If you found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment if you wish. We at Hindsight says, thank you for your time.